Well, here I am in 2025 using this, the second generation iPhone SE. What is so special about it, and why am I using this decrepit garbage? So, for any of you wondering what this phone is, the iPhone SE released back in 2020. And at the time, it was kind of an amazing deal. You're spending 400 bucks, which, I mean, it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. And what you're getting is the brand new A13 chip and a very old design. You have the home button. Yes, the home button. And yeah, that's virtually all this phone accomplishes. It is an old chassis with some slightly shinier guts. Like I said, A13 Bionic, 2019. It released early 2020, a couple months before the iPhone 12's released. And yeah, really great budget option. But now we're 5 years ahead. And it's been my daily driver, believe it or not. It's the square root of the iPhone 11. It is not have Face ID. It has the home button. It's got a much smaller battery. It has the same exact camera as the 2017 iPhone 8. 2017. That is an 8-year-old camera. And yes, it does have all of the fancy new processing features that the iPhone 11 has with its fancy, at the time, A13 Bionic chip. And yeah, in 2025, this thing is miserable. That's not an exaggeration. This thing is running iOS 26. Yes, the newest software. Barely. It is barely running it. It's slow, it's choppy. I don't know if you can see that, but here, let me turn on low power mode. That's when it really starts aching. Jitters and stuff. But yeah, running iOS 26 on this thing, it's borderline unusable. I've already been having problems typing, and the phone would take a couple, sometimes even like 30 seconds to realize, oh yeah, you were typing. let me get all of that out of the way. And so I'll have to wait before my sentence could even be typed. But then it would overall just be slow and choppy. And I wanted to get iOS 26. I was thinking, maybe it's not that bad. Maybe Apple thought about the older phone. Maybe the graphical upgrades aren't that big, and maybe it'll work just fine. Maybe just a tiny bit slower. I was so wrong. I was so wrong. It's horrible. It's horrible. Horrible. If you are using an iPhone SE second generation, do not get iOS 26. Because every single issue I had was worse, number one, by a considerable margin. And I started finding new problems. Yeah, new problems. The first thing is, yes, all of the issues that I just laid out are worse. The phone really likes to be slow and choppy. It's just this time it's times 10. Now, instead of occasionally, oh, the phone will be choppy and you'll see stutters, now it is almost every single time I'm using it, it stutters and bogs down. and it sucks. And then typing, oh, oh, I wish I didn't update. Because it happens all the time now. Before it was just, oh yeah, occasionally, oh, it'll stutter typing and stuff like that every single time. Using Safari is one of the worst things ever on this phone now. It is hair-pullingly infuriating. I just want to snap this phone in half every time I use Safari because I will have a random question and I have to wait 2 minutes before I can get it answered. Because let's say I had another tab opened. Okay, now I gotta go to a new tab. That's fine, except wait a minute, slow down. You have to get into the tabs menu to open a new tab. And that takes forever. And I am not kidding. Sometimes I will open Safari, go straight to opening tabs, and it will just slowly, mind-numbingly slowly, open the tabs menu, and then I have to scroll down and then press the plus. And then that takes forever. And then, now I've got to type it. And typing is such a big problem because now every time I type, the phone wants to give itself a friendly little lobotomy and prevent me from doing whatever I want. And yes, it is mind-numbing. It hurts to use. And then in low power mode, it just gets so much worse. It is so much worse in low power mode. Before low power mode, it would dim my screen a little, and sometimes I'd notice a little bit of stuttering. No. I turn low power mode on, the phone just dies. It jumps off of a bridge and dies. I scroll through my homepage. The icons take half a second to load. The icons are just not there for half a second, and then they go, magic. And then all of those problems I laid out before are so much worse in low power mode. I usually always use my phone in low power mode because, well, that's the other thing. This thing, if you bought it new, has an 1800 milliamp hour battery, which to those who aren't tech nerds, most phones nowadays have about 3,000. So I have a third of a battery, if this was new, of most modern phones. But that's the thing. This guy isn't new. It's at, I think, 69% battery capacity, which, doing the math, puts this decrepit thing at a whopping 1,400 milliamp hours. 1,400 milliamp hours. That is half of what the modern smartphone has in its battery capacity. And I'm feeling it. I am feeling it. And ever since I downloaded iOS 26, it is a common occurrence that I have to charge my phone twice a day. And yeah, some of you are probably jaw to the floor. You could squeeze an entire day out of that? Yeah, because normally I'd have low power mode on all the time. But low power mode is now just so depressingly slow. It is unusable. And so I've now resorted to, I don't have low power mode on, and I just have to pray that I don't use it enough that I can get it through the whole day without needing to charge. And it's horrible. I hate it so much. I should not have gotten iOS 26 just to try it. It was a bad idea. And yeah, horrible battery, horrible performance, and I'd say maybe this phone's best feature is also one of its kind of older features, the camera. Let me explain. So, this camera is the exact same sensor as what they put on the iPhone 8 way back in 2017. It's the same sensor. Now, Apple has a bunch of post processing that they do because it has a newer chip. Newer. And so, yeah, the photos do end up looking better than the iPhone 8, but it changes nothing. This is a single 12 megapixel wide camera, and it's the same as the iPhone 8. And that's its best feature. It's its best feature. Because I have taken some really good shots with it. But yeah, it's showing its age. I don't have any other sensors. Um, Throw it out the window, the whole notion of maybe taking night shots, because no, you can't do that. It's going to be a grainy mess and you're not going to have any fun. And yeah, it's old. It's old. It can record 4K 60. And yeah, that's fine. But it is old and grainy. And yeah, I would consider it the best feature. Embarrassingly. Because yeah, this camera has held up amazingly. Everything else, horrible. And so, comes the question that you all clicked on this video for. Would I recommend the iPhone SE second generation in 2025? No. 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 The iPhone 11 is a better decision to make. The iPhone SE is horrible. In every way perceivable. It's just bad. It is stinky. It is gross. It is dubious in nature. So if you ever thought of getting the second generation iPhone SE for whatever reason, don't. The internal hardware is 6 years old, because yes, A13 Bionic, not A14 Bionic, A13, 6 years old. And then it's also using 8-year-old cameras. And yeah, that battery capacity, it's horrible. I have to do so much to hopefully get a day out of it. And so, if I'm here talking to you about why the iPhone SE is so bad, why do I still have it? Because I've never had a reason to buy a new one until this year. Because before, the cracks were starting to show. You would see the slowing down. It's just overall slower. Yeah. Obviously. It was showing its age. But this year, the cracks really started to show. Everything became slower and slower and slower, and it was noticeable. And it feels like every single update I would get, it was just getting even worse and worse. And the final straw was iOS 26. iOS 26 made this situation so much worse. And, I was really excited about iOS 26. Actually, I'm a iPad user. I have an iPad that I use all the time, and I was so excited for iPadOS 26 because it's an amazing change. They've done so much, and yes, liquid glass, I love it. Flame me if you have to. Burn me. I don't care. I like liquid glass. I think it's awesome. But that is for newer devices. In the WWDC 2025, Apple said, "Our phones have been getting super duper fast, and that is great, guys. It's been getting so great, in fact, that we are going to make even more graphically intensive UI. It's great on paper because you have something like the M4 iPad Pro. I have not been able to make that thing sweat. And I have recorded big videos. I have compiled videos, a lot of stuff, 4K 60. I have drawn a a photo with, I think it was like 120 layers, and it was an 8K photo. I drew it. Not even a sweat. The only like small thing was like I'd like scroll in like the layers menu and it would just kind of get choppy, but yeah, overall usage, that thing has been amazing. And that's great because, yeah, it has so much power that, yeah, it can spare a little extra to process some liquid glass. This thing does not. It does not. So giving an already dated chip that is already getting slow a shiny new liquid glass makeover is a bad idea. So don't buy this phone. Don't buy it. Don't consider buying it. Get literally anything else. Like, I would personally say iPhone 11 is better in every way because yes, it'll be slow, but at least you have a bigger battery. And so here I am with this phone, and I'm thinking about upgrading. I've been thinking about upgrading since last year because it was starting to show its age, but now I am looking at it and I'm like, I can't. It is miserable. It's not borderline miserable, it is miserable using this phone every single day. Every day there is at least once where I want to pull out my hair in absolute rage because of how slow this phone is, or because of the battery life, or because I can't get a really cool shot and this thing doesn't have a telephoto lens. That's, I guess, a minor gripe and a very niche thing, but yeah, I've been very interested in photography and I have met my match. I'm at the limits of what this thing can do. I can't do anything else with this camera. I have to get either a new camera or a new phone. And the way I see it, I need a new phone and might as well knock out two birds with one stone. And so, yeah, I am buying the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Yeah, I don't usually buy stuff new. I said, yes, I have an M4 iPad Pro. I bought that, actually, it was like maybe like 8 months after it released. This is the first Apple product I am purchasing brand spanking new. This guy is fresh out of the oven. And yes, I know about Scratchgate and whatnot. I don't care, I use a case, okay? I don't care about Scratchgate. Personally, I like the new aluminum unibody design because I don't think a phone should be a fashion statement. I think a phone should be a tool. That's what it is to me. So I don't care if my phone has scratches and dings in it. So long as it works and it does everything I need it to do just fine, I don't even care how ugly the phone has to be. So, yeah, kill me. I like the aluminum unibody design. I like it because it is efficient, it's effective. And yes, I am getting the Pro Max. And personally, I've been using this phone for so long. I was like, I don't even know if I could get a normal size phone and be fine with that because this thing's tiny. It's tiny in my hands. And so I was worried, but then I started using bigger phones. Like one of my friends has a 14 Pro Max, and I'm holding it. I'm like, oh, I didn't know my giant hands needed this. Huh, this is really nice. And then I found out that the 17 Pro Max is about 30 grams lighter. Who would have known? But, yeah. I've got it ordered, and once it is here in my grubby mitts, I will be doing a review, a breakdown, and a comparison. Because, yeah, there's a lot of very funny benchmarks and comparisons between this and the 17 Pro Max. It is really going to be silly, and I just can't wait to get it in my hands. And so, yeah, if you liked me meaninglessly screaming into some grubby old mic about how the phone I currently have is garbage and how I need a new phone, consider leaving a like. And maybe subscribing if you're excited to see that review of the Pro Max. It would make my heart 3 times larger. And with that, we'll catch y'all later.